Before we dive in, all the content in this video is for educational purposes and should not be considered financial advice. Always do your due diligence before making any financial decisions. Now, with all of that being said, let's get this crypto.
Unique verses for unique markets. Ride the resistance, rinse and repeat targets. Nibble on the dip cause I'm bearish. Keep the honey, I've been got the men who keep bearish. Mama bear mode, bear market tag team. Papa bear money out and trap stash in. Honeycomb baguettes, every market can't reek. Millions I invest while the moon boys sleep. Howling at the bear moon.
Hey everybody, this is your main man and only bear moon. Today, we're diving into Cosmos, also known as Atom, a crypto project that's been called the Internet of Blockchains. Sounds cool, right? But here's the thing. Cosmos is a bit of a mixed bag right now. It's got some huge potential, but it's also facing some real challenges. Let's break it all down so you can decide if Atom is worth your attention. First off, let's talk about what Cosmos actually does. Imagine a world where all blockchains, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, you name it, can talk to each other seamlessly. That's Cosmos' vision. It's built on something called the Inter-Blockchain Communication Protocol, or IBC, which lets blockchains transfer tokens and data without needing messy bridges or wrapped tokens. Think of it like a universal translator for blockchains. Pretty neat, right? But here's where things get tricky. Despite this groundbreaking tech, Atom, the native token of Cosmos, has been struggling to capture value. Right now, its main uses are staking, which is earning rewards by helping secure the network, or governance, by voting on proposals. While that's great for decentralization, it doesn't generate much revenue. The IBC protocol, which is the backbone of Cosmos, is free to use. That's awesome for developers and users, but it means Atom isn't directly benefiting from all the activity happening across the ecosystem. And Atom's inflation rate used to be 20% to incentivize staking, but it's been lowered to about 15% through community votes. Still, that's pretty high. If the price of Atom doesn't grow fast enough, your holdings could lose value over time. And if fewer people stake their Atom, the inflation rate goes up even more to attract validators. It's a bit of a balancing act. Now, let's talk about adoption. Cosmos has over 250 projects built on it, including big names like Binance Chain and Osmosis. But here's the catch. Many of these projects aren't Atom aligned. That means they don't use Atom for fees or liquidity, which limits its utility. It's like having a bunch of apps on your phone, but none of them actually need your phone's operating system to work. That's the problem with Atom's value. But wait, before you write off Atom, let's talk about the future, because there's actually something looking pretty bright here. First up, IBC version 2, or like some like to call it, codename Eureka. This is a massive upgrade to the IBC protocol, set to launch in Q1 of 2025. It's going to be way more efficient and affordable, but here's the kicker. It will connect Cosmos directly to blockchains like Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, and more. No more bridges, no more wrapped tokens, just seamless, secure transfers. This can make Cosmos the go-to hub for cross-chain activity, and that, my friend, is a big deal. There's also a push to make Atom more useful across the ecosystem. Then you have amazing products like SkipGo by the team Skip Protocol. Founded by Barry and Magmar, a top-notch team and now leaders of the Cosmos Hub have developed a way to connect a native oracle system that allows your chain to stream on-chain and off-chain data in real time. SkipGo makes global state available locally, delivering prices, proofs, and remote chain state to your application at sub-millisecond latency. Projects like Stride are already using Atom for things like liquid staking, and there are proposals to make Atom the default fee token for cross-chain services. If these ideas take off, Atom could finally start capturing some real value. And let's not forget the long-term vision. Cosmos is about creating an internet of blockchains where every chain can communicate and work together. If crypto is the future of finance, then Cosmos could be the infrastructure that makes it all possible. That's why some analysts think Atom could reach back all-time high and get to $100 or so before this decade is over. Not too shabby, right? So what's the bottom line? Cosmos is a great project with huge potential, but it's not without challenges. The lack of revenue, high inflation, and internal conflicts are real issues. But with upgrades like IBC version 2 on the horizon and a growing ecosystem, Atom could be a sleeping giant. If you're in it for the long haul, this might be one to watch. So, what do you think? Is Cosmos the future of blockchain interoperability? Or does it still have too many hurdles to overcome? Let me know in the comments below. Now, with all of that being said, let's go ahead and dive into the charts and let's get this honey. Looking at Atom at the 1 month time frame, you can see throughout the years there's been a lot of activity that has unfolded throughout the years. I took it upon myself for you to see in detail the key areas for us to analyze. Looking here in March of 2019, you can see we already started off with sell pressure going sideways and having rejection here in this area of $7.30 here in March of 2019, June of 2019, and August of 2020. For those of you that don't know, this massive crash that you see over here that unfolded resulted a massive 81% decline, which was during the beginning of the COVID-19. We then had the Federal Reserve come in and perform quantitative easing, which they printed an extraordinary amount of money, which sparked a bull rally as you see unfolded. With the amount of money coming into the market, you can see Cosmos itself started making higher highs after higher highs and higher highs. This kept going on for over a year until we hit our peak at $44 on September 2021, followed by a double top here on January 2022. Then the worst happened, the FTX debacle, one of the largest exchanges going belly up due to insolvency. But I don't want you to think there weren't any signs in the charts alone. You see, looking at the RSI, let's go ahead and pull it up. Here, when we hit $28 over here on April of 2021, we made a new higher high on the RSI. However, when we hit our peak here in September 2021, when we were over $40 per token, we formed a lower high, as you can see here on the RSI. We call this bearish divergence. This is a market signaling potential reversal is going to happen. And as you can see, that's exactly what happened. After the mayhem of FTX, the whole market took a hell dive. Everything suffered. You can see after the incident, everything started going downhill, and it's been nothing more but lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Just a massive downtrend decline that Cosmos has suffered. But despite of this fact, you can see we went ahead and tested old support from 2019 and 2020 at $4.30. You can see here we did bounce off, but did face another lower high, pushing us back and testing this price level. Zooming in further into the 1 week chart, you can see there is some interesting activity going on here that's worth checking out. Here on March of 2024, we can see we were facing rejection here at $14. And if we go ahead and take our measurement here and see the decline once we faced that rejection, you can see we faced over a 72% decline. And that lasted for about a good 245 days. Now you can see here we did bounce off, but did face rejection at $10. And then again, we formed another lower high, which then pushed us back over here to this price level. But interesting enough, we did have a massive wick of buy pressure coming in that this candle formed. And I'm just going to go ahead and play out a scenario here. But if we go ahead and let's say in a couple of days or weeks, we go ahead and revisit here at this level at the slightly below $4 range, And here on the RSI, we form a level in the mid 35. This would technically be considered a higher low. And since this would be facing the same level with the body candle, and you'll see a low here, but a higher low, this will form a bullish divergence. This here would be signaling a potential bullish reversal, which means there will be a possibility of price action to the upside. Switching back to the 1 month time frame, one of the main things we want to see play out is for us to finally start forming a higher high. That is the first thing we need to have play out. This will signal that the market is changing course to the upside. So one of the main key areas, as you can see here, that we need to start breaching, the first one over here being at $7.30, followed by $14, then followed by $28.50, and of course our last resistance, which was the peak of our last cycle at $44. So again, here what we want to start seeing unfold to form higher highs, which is going to really start building confidence in the market, is we want to take out this 8.5 cent target here and this one here at $12. If we can have essentially a body candle close here, I think for sure at that point it is confident enough to say that Cosmos itself is back on track to start making an attempt to revisit its all-time high. I want to go ahead and show you the TOTAL3 here. This is a total market cap of all coins excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. What I want you to pay attention to here, we had a massive wick and our peak here on January 2018 with a market cap of over $360 billion. And as you can see, we take the peak to bottom, it had a massive correction of over 92%, followed by a double bottom here, which was on March 2020. But what I want you to pay attention here, when we had our highest body candle close here on December of 2017, it took us 1,158 days, which happened on February 2021, when we finally breached this area here and finally formed a higher body candle close. Now, if you look at our next cycle here on November 2021, we had our highest peak at $1.13 trillion. And as you can see, we did suffer a 74% correction. Now, what I want you to pay attention here is that so far we did face a rejection trying to take on our all-time high here on December 2024, followed by last month of January again. Currently here on the month of February, you can see we are facing some downside, but there is some buying pressure that's going on over here. But we still have over 10 days before the body candle closes for February. Now, as you can see here, we're already 1,188 days in, and we still haven't breached and had a body candle close above our all-time high of 1.13. Now, this could take a little bit more time, but I think so far we are on the right track. And I think if we account for that and look into Cosmos has a very interesting and strong ecosystem. You have a lot of development going on. There's a reason you have big projects like ASI, you have Osmosis, you have Akash Network. Heck, I've even seen an interesting one called Elys Network. So I think there is still a light at the end of the tunnel for Cosmos, and it's still worth keeping an eye for it. So with that being said, as you can see, there's a big battle going on between the bulls and the bears. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. If you got value from this video, make sure to leave a like, and always remember, stay on your toes, stay vigilant, stay bold. This is your main man and only bear, Bear Moon. Thanks for watching.
Unique verses for unique markets. Ride the resistance, rinse and repeat targets. Nibble on the dip cause I'm bearish. Seek the honey, I've been got the men who keep bearish. Mama bear mode, bear market tag team. Papa bear money out and trap stash in. Honeycomb baguettes, every market can't reek. Millions I invest while the moon boys sleep. Howling at the bear moon, my trade just made you. Honey still coming through and through. And through all of you can fade, bear moon, or you can be made. Either way I'm still eating. All your moon boys, you get wrecked. Said it's a bear moon, and I'm the bearish bear of bears. Said it's a bear moon, and I'm the bearish bear of bears. Said it's a bear moon, bearish bear moon. Don't you wish that you could ride the bear moon? Rug another Luna cause you thought it was a bare moon. It ain't a straight moon, unless I'm saying so. My trade just made you. Honey still coming. True. And through. All of you can fade, or you can be made. It's a bare moon. Either way I'm still eating. All you moon boys, you get red.